Let's talk about an extremely hot topic. Budgets are frozen. You basically should give up on sales, right? That's kind of the message we're hearing. But the thing with it is there are still companies selling and actually doing fairly well. Your top reps out there, this didn't change anything for them because they've always done the thing that they've had to do, which is focus in on frustrations and pains and solve problems, add value. It's never been about the bells and whistles that you could do. It's always been focused in on what they could solve for them better than anyone else. And because of that, their sales have not slowed down. Now, one of my favorite examples of this is a company called Aximo. If you haven't heard of them, you got to go check them out. But here's the thing. They actually started out of their parent company, which is called Nameify. They're both in a very competitive and busy space, which is promotional products, your swag, right? Aximo started because of one of the gaps that they couldn't fill on the Nameify side, and so they started another company that could focus in on something that the traditional promotional product companies could not do. So their focus is on the pain points and frustrations that so many people have, and especially right now when you don't have to buy in bulk, your minimum order for them is one. It's huge for them when they don't have to have all of their swag stashed everywhere because they had to buy 7,000 of these t-shirts. Their other pain point that they really focus in on is having to gather all the shirt sizes for everybody in the company. Now, I'm a small, and you better believe that I never actually get my small because even though I mark that I'm a small, somebody else snags it unless I am first in line. For some reason, even though no one marks that they're a small, they take the small. I don't know, maybe they're giving it to somebody else. That leads into the next problem, which is, do the employees actually get the thing that they wanted? There's one of the biggest complaints, like, this is what they gave me. Come on, where would I ever use this? Have you said that? Everybody says that. They've solved that and allow employees to actually choose what they want because, again, their minimum order is one, and they make it so incredibly easy. Those that are over this, whether it's in HR, culture, people, whatever it may be, they give them these abilities. So when these sales reps are going out and they're focusing in on this, their close rate is 40 to 50%. They're solving problems and they're focusing in on it. They're not just going and saying, hey, guess what? We do swag better than anyone else. Do you want to talk? Guess what the answer is? No, I don't want to talk. I already have somebody. I already have all these things that I can do. I don't need just another person. Instead, they're focusing in on these pains and frustrations they have, and people don't even know that it exists because they're so used to this world of having to buy in bulk, having to have 10,000 of all these different shirts and hats and all these things everywhere, and having employees frustrated with the crappy swag that they get. They focus in on solving problems and adding value, and because of that, they're in growth mode, not in pause mode. So for you and your company, now, yes, the company does solve these problems. If you don't focus in on the things that you can solve, you're out. If your company solves these things, but you're not focusing in on them because you're so focused in on, well, let me show you all these cool things that we do, and then here's how you do this, and then you go here and you go do that. None of that matters. Focus in on what matters to them. Speak their language to them, and how can you solve it? And how big is that problem, and how can you make it even better? Still competition all day long. If there is no budget for new, but there is for your competitor, take that business away. Because again, you're focusing in on what you can solve and you can do it better than anyone else. And if you can make them more efficient, you can do things for them, budget opens up because it's focusing in on them and what they need. That's how you close more business, and that's how you can go in growth mode. TLDR, be like Axmo. Focus in on the pain points, frustrations, those things that you do better. I don't care how busy or competitive your space is. If you solve a problem better than anyone else, that's when you're going to win deals.